Shri Gurubhyo Namaha children, I am happy to welcome you all for our online teaching academy, Ekalaiva. For the class 9, subject biology, the chapter name is Organ System in Animals. Today, we are going to discuss about structure of nephron. Children, what is nephron? Nephron is nothing but the basic structural and functional unit of kidney. So there are millions of nephrons are there in the kidney. So nephron is the structural and functional unit. The other name for nephron is also called as uriniferous tubules. Tubules is nothing but tube. Nephrons are also called as uriniferous tubules, and it is the structural and functional unit. Each nephron consists of two major parts. One is the renal capsule and another one is the renal tubule. See the picture here, children. This is the structure of nephron. As I said, nephron is the structural and functional unit of kidney. The other name for nephron is, very good, uriniferous tubule. So nephron consists of two major parts. One is renal capsule and another one is renal tubule. See here, up to this it is renal capsule. And this part is said to be renal tubule. The renal capsule is also called as Malpighian capsule. Can you get my point, children? Renal capsule is also called as Malpighian capsule. So nephron has two major parts. One is Malpighian capsule or renal capsule and another one is renal tubule. Tubule is nothing but tube. Okay? See here. The renal capsule or Malpighian capsule is a cup-shaped structure. See the structure here, children. This is cup-shaped. Cup-shaped structure. So this is the renal capsule or Malpighian capsule. It is a cup-shaped structure called Bowman's capsule. The cup-shaped structure of renal capsule is called as Bowman's capsule. And a bunch of capillaries, see here inside, a bunch of capillaries. Capillaries is nothing but blood vessels. A bunch of capillaries are nothing but, they are called as glomerulus. How to pronounce it as glomerulus? Glomerulus. So the bunch of blood vessels, the bunch of capillaries called glomerulus. So renal capsule consists of Bowman's capsule and glomerulus. Bowman's capsule is nothing but a cup-shaped structure and glomerulus is nothing but a bunch of capillaries. Are you getting my point, children? See, this is the structure of renal tubule or Malpighian tubule. It consists of two major parts. One is the Bowman's capsule and another one is the glomerulus. Bowman's capsule is nothing but a cup-shaped structure. Glomerulus is nothing but a bunch of capillaries. Clear, children? Then, when the blood enters into the glomerular capillaries through two different types of blood vessels. One is afferent arterioles and another one is efferent arterioles. So blood enters into the glomerulus is nothing but afferent arterioles. Blood goes out from the glomerulus, it is said to be efferent arterioles. So there will be a difference, afferent and efferent. Afferent arteriole to the kidney, to the glomerulus, to the nephron. Efferent means from the glomerulus, from the nephron. Okay, see the difference. AE. In alphabet, A comes first. So, blood to the glomerulus, it is said to be afferent arterioles. See here, blood enters into the glomerular capillaries through afferent arterioles and leaves out through the efferent arterioles. So, from the nephron, the blood goes to the body, goes to the all parts of the body. So, that type of blood vessels is nothing but efferent arterioles. So, to the kidney, to the nephron, to the glomerulus, it is said to be afferent. Okay. From the nephron, it is said to be efferent. Both afferent arterioles and efferent arterioles, both are blood vessels, the minute blood vessels. Okay. So, to the nephron, it is said to be afferent. So, blood enters into the glomerulus through afferent arterioles and blood comes out, leaves out from the glomerulus through efferent arterioles. See the picture here, children. Here the red color structure, it is represented as arterioles. Arterioles are nothing but a minute blood vessels. So, blood enters into the glomerulus, okay, through afferent arterioles. And there will be a filtration takes place, absorption takes place, reabsorption takes place. And then that efferent arterioles, that blood leaves out from the glomerulus, it is said to be efferent arterioles. So, to the glomerulus it is afferent, and from the nephron, from the glomerulus it is said to be efferent. Clear, children? The Bowman's capsule continues as the renal tubule. As I said earlier, nephron has two major parts. One is said to be renal capsule and another one said to be renal tubule. Clear, children? So, one part of the nephron is renal capsule and another one is renal tubule. After the end of this Bowman's capsule, there will be continuation, children, that is called renal tubule. The renal tubule consists of three major parts. One is proximal convoluted tubule, another one is loop of Henle, and third one is distal convoluted tubule. See the picture here, children. Up to this, it is said to be renal capsule. The renal capsule is also called as Malpighian tubule. After that, it extends here, and this part, this full part is called renal tubule. Tubule is nothing but tube. It has three major parts. One is proximal convoluted tubule. That is a part just below to the Bowman's capsule. In short, it is called as PCT, proximal convoluted tubule. Okay, it is slightly bending tube. After that, a long tube, that is called loop of Henle. This loop was first introduced by Henle, the scientist. So, he named his name loop of Henle or Henle's loop. It is said to be descending and another one is said to be ascending. So, both these are collectively called as loop of Henle. After that, this is called distal convoluted tubule, DCT. Okay. So, proximal convoluted tubule, loop of Henle and distal convoluted tubule. This collectively called as renal tubule. Clear, children? Yes. See the picture here. The filtrate comes here and it goes to the loop of Henle and it goes to the distal convoluted tubule. This is called DCT. Then it finally reaches to collecting duct. And finally it moves to the pelvis region and then it goes to the ureters and then it goes to the urinary bladder. Urinary bladder is nothing but temporary storage organ. When the bladder will fill, the urine expel out through urethra. The nitrogenous wastes are drained into the renal pelvis. The nitrogenous waste, that is called as toxic substances. Okay, urea, creatine, etc. The nitrogenous waste are drained into pelvis. which leads to ureters, and then it is stored in the bladder. When the bladder is filled, what will happen? We expel the urine. Okay, so urine is expelled through the organ called urethra. Clear, children? Now I am going to teach you how to draw the structure of nephron. See here, children. See here. Listen very carefully, children. You draw along with me. Finish, children? See, this part is said to be Bowman's capsule. Clear? See, this is afferent arteriole, and this is efferent arteriole, and this part is said to be glomerulus. This Bowman's capsule and glomerulus collectively called as renal capsule. Clear, children? Are you able to follow this? And then this region below to the Bowman's capsule, it is proximal convoluted tubule. See here. This is called PCT, proximal convoluted tubule. This part is called Henle's loop, and this region is called DCT, distal convoluted tubule. And this region is called collecting duct. Are you able to follow this, children? After that, it is pelvis region. When the urine is formed and it is reaches to the pelvis, renal pelvis, then from there it moves to the ureters, and finally it reaches to the bladder. Okay, this is a simple way to draw the structure of nephron. Clear, children? Next we move on to mechanism of urine formation. Right? The process of urine formation includes three major steps, children. One is glomerular filtration, second one is tubular reabsorption, and third one is tubular secretion. The name itself, you can easily understand the concept, children. Filtration takes place in glomerulus. What is glomerulus? Glomerulus is nothing but the blood vessels which is in the Bowman's capsule. The bunch of blood capillaries, that is called glomerulus. Okay, so there will be a filtration takes place. They have some filtration, that is called glomerular filtration. Second one is tubular reabsorption. Tubular is nothing but tube. they are having reabsorption. So, tubular reabsorption. Third one is tubular secretion. Secretion of H plus ion, K plus ion takes place in the tubule, that especially in the DCT, distal convoluted tubule. So, it is said to be tubular secretion. So, urine formation have 3 stages or 3 steps. One is glomerular filtration, second one is tubular reabsorption, and third one is tubular secretion. First, we will move on to the glomerular filtration, children. Urine formation begins with the filtration of blood through epithelial walls of the glomerulus and Bowman's capsule. Glomerulus is nothing but a bunch of capillaries, blood capillaries. And Bowman's capsule is nothing but a cup-shaped structure. So, filtration takes place in glomerular, okay. So, it is said to be glomerular filtration. The filtrate is called glomerular filtrate. The filtration takes place in the glomerulus, it is said to be glomerular filtrate. Both essential and non-essential substances are present in the blood. Everything should be filtered in the glomerulus. See the picture here. This is a structure of nephron. It is also called as uriniferous tubule. There are millions of nephrons in the kidney. Here, with the help through the afferent arterioles. Afferent arterioles is nothing but a blood vessels. Through these blood vessels, the essential and non-essential substances gets filtered here. Where? In the glomerulus. Once the filtration is over, the filtrate moves on to the next part of the nephron. Clear, children? The second step is tubular reabsorption. Name, see the name, reabsorption. So, everything should be absorbed. Okay. The filtrate in the PCT, proximal convoluted tubule, consists of essential substances such as glucose, vitamins, amino acids, sodium, potassium, bicarbonates, water, etc. So, most of the substances are essential. So, everything is absorbed, everything in the absorbed in the tubular part. So, tubular absorption. So, everything absorbed in the proximal convoluted tubule. The essential part such as carbohydrates, vitamins, water, everything is absorbed in the PCT, that is proximal convoluted tubule. Okay. See here, the filtrate in the proximal tubule. Proximal tubule is nothing but proximal convoluted tubule. Everything is same. Consists of essential substances such as glucose, that is carbohydrates, vitamins, water, etc. Bicarbonate ions, everything. And reabsorbed into the blood, and that process is said to be selective reabsorption. The absorption is nothing but selective reabsorption. Okay. Then third stage is tubular secretion. See the name here, secretion. There will be a secretion takes place. Substances such as I said, H plus ion and then K plus. K means potassium ions and hydrogen ions are secreted in the distal convoluted tubule. Okay. And then finally, the filtrate in the distal convoluted tubule is called the urine. It is a concentrated hypertonic urine. Okay. Finally, the urine passes to the collecting duct and it will be reaches to the pelvis region, renal pelvis, and then it moves to the ureter and finally it is stored in the bladder. That is called the urinary bladder. Once the bladder fill, we expel the urine through urethra. Clear, children? That's all about the formation of urine or urine formation, children. See the enlarged picture of nephron. As I marked maximum all the parts, important parts here, afferent arterioles, glomerulus, Bowman's capsule, and then descending limb, and this is ascending limb, and this is called distal convoluted tubule, and this is afferent arterioles, and finally it is a collecting duct. Then we move on to dialysis or artificial kidney. What is the meaning of artificial? If the normal person having the kidney failure, the filtration process is not good, then he or she move for the artificial kidney or dialysis. When the kidney loses its function, kidney loses their filtration process, what will happen? The toxic substances are accumulated in the body. It leads to so many ill effects. Okay. This condition is called kidney failure or renal failure. For this, an artificial kidney, it is an instrument. Okay. Artificial kidney is used to filter the patient's blood. The patient is said to put on dialysis. See the picture of dialysis instrument. If the person having kidney failure, he or she go for a dialysis. What they happen in the normal process filtration, it is done with the help of the instrument. The process of purifying blood by an artificial kidney is called hemodialysis. When the renal failure cannot be treated by drug, we cannot use some drugs. We are supposed to go for kidney transplantation. Okay. So, if kidney is failure, we cannot treat it by drug or dialysis. The patients are advised for kidney transplantation. See the picture here. This patient is go for dialysis. With the help of this instrument, he is going for dialysis. Clear, children? Thank you, children. To receive our online lessons, please press subscribe button and you will receive the latest updates. Thank you.